Guys, first, I want to get your reaction to the vice presidential debate. J.D. Vance did very well. What is your reaction?
Oh man, I wish the presidential debate was that good. I mean, they both came off presidential. Yeah, they looked like they respected each other, and I thought Vance was great. He was able to articulate his points and the direction for the country that they want. I thought he was amazing.
And I loved it when he answered the questions, and then when he tried to fact check him, he fact checked the fact checkers.
Yeah, he is awesome.
So, the media has been telling us, especially in the last couple of years, that anyone on the right or Republican is racist. That Donald Trump is a racist for, attacking Kamala Harris for certain reasons. Why is it that the media and the Democrat Party is so fixated on race?
Because that's how they win elections. Republicans pretty much stick to their principles and policy. I mean, what policies are the Democrats running on?
Right.
They're just running on that Trump's evil white supremacist. He's a threat to democracy. They don't run on policy. They run on identity politics and painting the other side as racist. That's how they win elections.
And they win by misinformation because Trump has denounced white supremacy countless times, and they're on YouTube, but they continue to push the narrative that this guy doesn't like people of color.
Yeah. I mean, they
use
this. Yeah, go ahead.
No, keep going, please. Continue.
No, they say diversity is a strength for our country. Diversity is great, but it's not a strength, especially when you got one party using it to divide the country.
Right.
I mean, diversity can be a strength, but when you really look at it in reality, diversity has led to the biggest atrocities this world has ever seen. Diversity, in my humble opinion, is not a strength unless we can unite under one common goal, the American flag and American values. And Democrats are totally against that. And that's why this country is so divided. And I just think Vance was a breath of fresh air last night, and I loved it that his wife is brown.
Yeah, and he's got brown kids.
I mean, I think that's a good look.
Right.
I think it'll go a long way to because even though I don't think diversity is a strength, we need a little bit more on the Republican side, so we can tear down this idea that the right is white supremacy.
I mean, diversity is starting to become a strength because of the Latino vote. Every election, it's like more and more Latinos are starting to switch to Republican. I wish I could say that was true for the black vote. Yeah. I mean, the black vote it's improving, but Latinos is what's going to end up saving our country.
Yeah.
Because they're starting to come more to the right.
Yeah.
So why is it? Let me ask you guys a question. You guys have been in public commentary. You're super talented. I love your content. It's hilarious. It's awesome. You guys do a great job. So I'm sure the messages that you receive from white liberals or liberals in general are nastier than anything that you could even understand or comprehend from the right. Can you talk about that? How are you treated by Democrats as black conservatives?
Well, we had countless shows because we used to be on Comedy Tour. They canceled a couple of our shows because they say we're homophobic, but you know how that goes. But for the most part, we've had a lot of success with white liberals. We've switched over a lot of white liberals. We had a lot of sex. A majority of the hate comments we get is from, let me say it, black people.
Yeah. Very nasty comments. Yeah. Because when we started delving into politics, we already had a successful YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers, couple million subscribers. So we had never delved into that. And when we go to our comedy shows and meet our fans, a lot of times they come and say, man, I've been liberal, I've been Democrat for years. You guys really opened our eyes. Right. A part of what you're saying, the nasty comments from the white liberals, I haven't really seen it. I've seen it from here and there, but most of the hate I get is from black people.
But why is that? Why do you receive hate in general from black people for having a different point of view?
Well, culturally, that's how we are raised. Right. Black families, it's in our church, it's in our music, it's in our TV shows. You're a Democrat. That's like part of black culture. And when you go against that, you're seen as somebody who hates himself or wants to be white,
right?
Which is very illogical. But the reason why they come at us that way is because they're actually projecting. because it's a cultural issue of black people. You have to vote Democrat. That's why when they say stupid, nasty things like you hate yourself, you want to be white, or you tap dancing for massa, that's the reason why they're sending us comments, because they're actually projecting their belief system onto us.
So it seems there is a change, though. Black men under 50 seem to be coming around more in the conservative direction. Why is that?
Yes.
I just had a friend. It was the biggest Trump hater.
Yeah. At the
He
jail.
wore Kaepernick jerseys. He hated Trump.
Yeah.
And he sent me a text a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And he said he's going to vote for Trump. And I asked him, what changed your mind? He said, because of my religious beliefs.
Well, it took him long enough.
Right. So that was like a breath of fresh air. And he said, yeah. I said, man, when you sit down and you listen to both sides, one side sounds satanic. The other side sounds sane and logical.
Yeah.
And it's more religious if you're voting for a Republican. You don't have to be evangelical. You can even be an atheist and vote Republican. But some of the things, some of the policies that these people are pushing on the left for kids and for our schools is just, it sounds demented.
And, you know, I don't think it's a coincidence. He turned after Trump was almost assassinated.
Right.
And you remember what Trump said? A lot of he's appealing to more black voters because of the way he's treated.
Right.
I know the left demonized him and vilified him for that.
Yeah.
But it's actually true.
Right.
And I think a lot of was it 50 and over?
Under 50.
Under 50. Under 50, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess because well, as you get older, you know, you become a lot more wiser. Because I remember when I was in my 20s, I voted Democrat every election. I voted for Gore, Kerry,
Clinton. I hated George Bush.
I thought he was.
But I still hate George Bush.
That hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Right. That has to change.
Yeah. But I can't really put my finger on it.
Yeah.
I think black men. I think it points to this. You know, we have a racist past in our country where women couldn't vote, blacks couldn't vote. But the one thing they changed first was men could vote before women. A black man could actually vote before a white woman could. Mm-hmm. I think black men in general, they're more logical. They take the emotion out of things.
Yeah.
And that same statistic, when you switch it over to the black woman, it's like the direct opposite, I'm sure.
Right. Right. Yeah. I think Charlie, a majority of the reason why a lot of blacks are switching over to the Republican side is because they have more sources. Like you have TikTok, you have YouTube, you have other platforms like Instagram. You're able to get new information, more information than what the media is feeding you. And you have a lot of black creators like such as ourselves, Candace, and amongst. I was on YouTube the other day, and there's like when we first started YouTube, you could count the black conservatives on YouTube on one hand. Now you can't even count them on both hands and both of your feet.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the major reasons why black people are switching over to the Republican Party.